I.L.Y. We were like fire and ice. In arguments, I was fire, the hot-headed one, the one whom transformed into a female demon, the one whom took everything to heart when you shouted back. You were ice, the cold one whom stood there and listened to my every angry word, the one who waited his turn only to shoot an even colder remark back. We were fire and ice, but that doesn't mean we weren't the perfect match. We finished each other's sentences, even when we weren't thinking about it. And we laughed at each other's jokes when everyone stood there confused at what was so funny. Sex didn't control our relationship the way it does for others. We weren't like that. It was a vanilla relationship. Simple, but with the minor arguments here and there. But then again, every relationship isn't plain sailing, and never will be plain sailing. There will be strong waves, broken bits, and emotions being washed away, but that doesn't mean that it can't all be fixed. However, why do I get the feeling that our relationship can never be fixed? Our boat was strong at first, sailing through any wave that loomed above us, but now our boat was beginning to sink. We were drowning. The water line which we floated above was now rising above our heads, with no possible attempt to breathe. Our bow was slowly sinking into nothing but blackness, and the propellers, which kept us moving in the direction, had now shut down. Movement had come to a permanent standstill. And yes, I did compare our relationship to a boat. It takes two people to sail, or at least I think so. You have the sailor, the person in charge of steering the boat, and you have a second person to raise the sails if need be. It takes teamwork, but teamwork doesn't exist with us anymore. They say that drama starts in the first 3 weeks of being in a relationship, but it took a year for our drama to start. At first, it was the little things that we disagreed on, like money matters or just the odd fight here and there because of miscommunication between us. I fell in love with you more every day. Your green eyes reminded me of water drops when there was algae in the water. I know it's an odd description, but I had a love for water and algae. The transparency of the water mixed with a tint of green was my favorite color. I fell victim to your methods of persuasion when I didn't want to eat because I felt like my figure could be better. But you were my mirror. You helped me see what you saw. Your personality sailed high above anybody else's, which is why I fell in love with you and you only. Then one day everything changed. I missed you telling me that you loved me, whether it was in person or over text. Your message did use the exact words, "I love you," and then it turned into the acronym I.L.Y. I.L.Y. I would have preferred it if you hadn't said that at all in our messages. Saying nothing is better than typing that godforsaken acronym and sending it to me. Did you ever wonder how it made me feel? Did it ever cross your mind that I never sent it back? That I would message you back saying "I love you" the proper way? I would send you the most heartfelt messages describing how I feel for you, how you make me feel. And at the end, I would say "I love you," and all I got back was I.L.Y. That's it. Nothing else but those 3 little letters. Did I.L.Y. all of a sudden mean that I was losing you, or did it mean something else? It is now present day, and guilt washes over me in huge waves, making me gasp for air when there is no air to breathe. I'm beginning to drown myself because the memory of you is too painful to let go. Your I.L.Ys did mean something. They did mean that I was losing you. You could have told me about your sickness. I would have been by your side no matter what. To quote The Fault in Our Stars, you thought you were a grenade, and that letting people go would minimize the casualties. But I wish you would have told me. Even though your I.L.Ys meant that I was losing you because of how little time you had left, I would give anything to hear or read those words again, because at least it meant you were still alive.